Hi guys and welcome back to today's video. Please excuse the state of my face and how I've literally just brushed my teeth, thrown my hair back, got dressed. I might even be wearing like the same dress that I wore in my last video, but I can't remember, to be honest. I've literally just got Esme down for a nap, so she's sleeping, and I had to like shuffle past her cot and get the dress out, and it was literally the first one that I saw, so I just picked it and got dressed because I don't want her to wake up. So also it's like good to be dressed before she wakes up from a nap, so when she wakes up I can literally get her dressed, do her lunch and stuff like that. So the time is probably like 10:30 maybe, but I thought I'd do a quick video today doing a little tour of my craft bit. So if you don't know already, I speak about it on Instagram sometimes, but I've got like a little crafty business. So I set it up back in like November time, I think, and it's mostly on Facebook. That's where I do all my active posting and advertising, but I've also just set up an Etsy page this morning. I've been setting it up for ages, but this morning I finally listed some more of my things and added like my bank details for payments, and officially my shop is live. So if anyone's interested, I'll leave the link for my Etsy shop down below. But I thought I'd just give you a quick tour of the things that I've been making, my sewing machine and my little corner. So if you can't see, this is my spare room. There is going to be a spare room renovation video coming at some point. We've kind of stopped renovation at the minute, obviously it's lockdown, so we need skirting boards. My hair is dreadful. We need new skirting boards, we need a new bed, so we've literally got like the mattress stood up against here, we've got this wardrobe in here, and the doors aren't on. We need to screw the doors on. Yeah, so it's not finished at all, and how my stuff is not going to stay like this. It's at the minute I'm just literally working in here, so yeah, that's why it looks like such a mess. And there's bits everywhere that are going to be like scattered around and decorated the route, like, you know, put up signs, frames, lamps, everything like that, but we can't do anything until we've got a bed and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd give you a quick tour of what I'm doing. So like I said, ignore any mess you see, and this is not going to be my setup, but at the minute this is just how it is. I'll probably say a few things about how things are going to move around and stuff, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you the things I've been making. So let's get on with today's video. This is my setup, literally. This is the landing, and as you can see, like all around the door we need arc-driven skirting boards and stuff like that. So when you come in, this is the setup. So this is my brother's sewing machine. I'm going to be doing like a tour of how to like thread the needle, change the bobbin, stitches, just everything like that really, but this is all set up ready to go. Like I said, we need skirting boards, but that is just where I plug it in. It's just convenient, and I actually sew on the floor, so that's probably quite controversial because I know like obviously everyone uses like a table and stuff like that, but literally if I sit on the floor now, I literally sew like this, so my foot just goes on the pedal like this and I just stitch. I'm the type of person that loves sitting on the floor. Like if I sit on a chair, I just can't get comfy. So this is how I sew, which is just quite embarrassing to say really, but I do end up getting a bit of cramp in my leg because my leg is permanently stretched out, and obviously I'm leaning forward and holding the stuff. But yeah, that is my little setup. So this is the brother, I can't even remember the make of it now. Oh yeah, that Al14S. So this is a perfect sewing machine for beginners. I did have a sewing machine many years ago. It was actually a really old, I think it was a Jones sewing machine. It was like my great grandma's. So I did use that a lot in the past, and then I ended up giving back to my grandma when I kind of fell out of love with sewing. And then I did buy another one like a year or two later. It was a new one, but it was just a cheap one. It wasn't very good. So this time I thought I'd invest with this, and this is around the £130 mark, I think. So yeah, that's what I'm using. These are just currently my projects at the minute, which is why they are on the floor like this. There is going to be like the odd bit of thread and stuff on the floor, so just ignore that. So yeah, this is something that I sewed last night. It's going to be a doggy bandana. So I've got a few orders to do these. So this is still inside out at the minute. So it's all stitched. The hole is here. And I just need to turn it inside out and then stitch around the outside. So this is for quite a large dog. I think the dog is like a big Irish setter crossed with standard poodle, so it's very big and very fluffy. So that is that one, and then this one is also for the same dog. So this is just pinned together because I've been cutting it. It's not stitched or anything like that. These are the pins that I use. I find these so easy. They're like little bulldog clip type of things. They're so much easier than like the sharp pins. They just hold it together so much easier, and they're just easy to pull out. So that's what I'm using currently, and they're quite cheap. I think I paid like £1 or £2 for 10 or something like that. there is so much of this stuff on the floor from sewing last night. I normally do my sewing in the evening, so literally I sew and then I go straight to bed. So these are just my fabric scissors. I keep these separate from normal scissors. And then these are also my pinking shears. These have got like the diagonal bit, so it means that things don't get frayed. And then this is just a bag that I keep here. The bag is really battered now because I use it so much. So inside these are like my normal pins that I was talking about. I don't use these that often anymore. And then I've just got some pink thread, and then these are all my other clips. I've only got like 10, like I said, so it's not really enough. I might invest in some more, especially because I was making like 4 of these last night, so I couldn't pin them all at the same time, so I had to like make one and then pin something else. This is just my go-to fabric marker. It's just a washable marker. As you can see, some of the writing's coming off. I use this quite a lot. These are really good. And then this is just another pair of like scissors. These are perfect for like embroidery and stuff, but sometimes I do use them. So I normally just pop them in that little paper bag as well. This is just a kit that I keep here. This comes with the sewing machine, but I've added bits in. So these are the bobbins. So this sewing machine uses plastic bobbins. So I think the machine comes with 2 or 3. But again, I bought like a pack of like 10 off somebody, like a little crafty business on Facebook. And I just pre-wound one with white thread. I decided this was going to be easier. Just instead of every time the bobbin runs out, replacing it and like rethreading it and stuff. It just means I can swap the bobbin over instead of rethreading the needle and stuff. There is one in there with green on because I was using green thread as well, and there was one pink on at some point as well. But yeah, these are all the spare buttonhole bits for the machine and the needles and stuff, so that's what I just keep there as well. This is some cut-offs from the fabric that I was doing last night, and that one and that, and this is just a pattern. I made this myself out of pattern paper just to make the bandanas, but the ones that I've been making last night I made like a bit bigger than this because obviously, like I said, it is a really big dog, and it's just got some random stars on as well. This fabric is currently on the floor because this is something that I need to use. So they've also ordered a doggy bandana in this pattern, which is gorgeous, so I'm going to be cutting that out later probably. So currently I have this box. It was just a package box from eBay. This is actually full of my scrap fabrics, but it's actually like bigger fabric. So all my cut-offs that are quite big, so they are just currently in there, and that just lives under this drawer here. This is also scrap fabric, just because I might use them for something one day. I'm going to plan to make like a patchwork thing. I want to try and learn myself how to make like a patchwork cushion, so I'm going to just save them for that. So whatever cushion I make is going to be obviously like a scrap fabric one, so it's not to sell or anything like that. I just want to get the practice in before I make them officially, because obviously if I'm going to cut up like baby clothes and stuff, I don't want to go wrong. So yeah, that's what's in there currently. And then also under here, these are just some pattern pieces. So I was making a pair of dungarees for a baby, and I made them in like 12-month size. So these are all the pattern pieces, and I'm going to be making them shortly. It's just I got distracted with the dog bandanas. So I did spend one of the days when I was napping last week making all that pattern pieces. I was also making a little crown for Esme for her first birthday, but I haven't got any further with that. I just cut out the pieces and that's it so far. So yeah, currently these are all living under here. They will be going in the drawer when I finish with them. And then this is the pair of dungarees that I made for Esme. Well, it's like a little romper. This was the first thing that I've officially sewn, so it's not the best sewing, but it was the first time, and it has been very creased. It's been in there a long time. So at the bottom it's just got poppers. I have bought a special tool to do the poppers now, so it means that I won't be sewing them on because they just look a bit messy on this one. It's not going to show nice because it's too creased, but that's the dungaree romper anyway, and as you can see it's my first sewing. It's not very straight, but I'm definitely much better now. And this is just the back. It's just got crossed over, and then inside it's kind of like a brushed cotton feel, so it's really soft, and then it's got elastics around the leg. So yeah, I'm just keeping that under here because she's probably never going to wear it, and at the minute it's too big for her anyway. So coming on over to here, we've just got this little side table. It needs a paint really, but it was perfect in our old house, but we haven't really got a use for it at the minute, and it kind of matches the colour scheme of mustard and grey in here, so it's in here at the minute. And these are the fabrics that I've got, and I was planning to make the dungarees out of probably this avocado print, but I'm not 100% sure yet, but they're just there anyway. And then up here on this chest of drawers. This needs a paint as well, but this is a vintage chest of drawers gifted to us by a family friend. So on here I've got my little stickers that say thank you for supporting my small business, and I've got my paper bags that I packaged the face masks and stuff like that in. And then this is just one of Esme's toys because she sits in here with me, and some frames that I'm going to be working on. Underneath is a little yellow frame that's for the room actually to stay in here, and on here is just some stuff that's going to be in here when the room's done. So this is where I keep most of my crafty bits, in the chest of drawers. Like I said, it isn't the nicest chest of drawers. It's very vintage, it's solid wood, it's really good quality. It's just, it needs a lick of paint really, but we've not long been gifted it, so it's just went straight up in here. So this is the top drawer. I make like lots of things. So these are like bits for hair clips that I make, and like charms for all the earrings and jewelry and stuff that I make. These are some of the crafty books on my embroidery set. This is the felt for the wall hangings I make. Loads of different bits of wool for macrame things, and yeah, like letters and stuff like that. This is something that I was working on but it didn't quite go to plan, just as Esme. And then these are all the felt balls that I use to make my macrame wall hangings and my cloud wall hangings. And then down here is some spare macrame cord, and then just some bigger balls of wool and thread. In my next drawer, it's kind of like a sewing bit. So in this next drawer, it is full of all the bits that I need for sewing. So here is just like something that I drew out. It's like all the sizes for different kids' ages. So it's like in inches. So when I make something, I've got the sizes to reference. And then this is just something that I used to use when I did my first start of making, but it's got like my earring hooks in, all the charms, some beads, some letters, just loads of random things really. And then under here, these are the poppers that I've got to make. So it comes with the pliers and the poppers, some paintbrushes, some little cute bows. These are all like trimmings for garments. This is just a pattern I made myself for some frilly pants. These are all the patterns that I currently have. I've got some adults and children's patterns. Poppers, all sorts of fastenings like that. And then underneath again is some beads and buttons. These are all my ribbons. I've got loads and loads of ribbons. And then these are all my zips in this bag. I organised this the other day, but this one sneaked out. This is just some poppers that haven't got the other half to them. And then just some wooden bits. I've got some fabric glue, some wooden dowels, some wooden clouds. This is like a Mickey Mouse garland that I made, so that's in there. This is just a massive bag of buttons that my grandma gave me. It's actually my great grandma's. Yeah, loads of things really. These are all bits for dummy clips, but I think I'm not going to be making them anymore because you have to have some sort of like CE certified to say that they're safe for children, so I'm probably not going to make them anymore. But they're just in there at the minute. In the next drawer, this is all my fabric. It's very full. So last night I was rummaging around to take pictures of the fabrics for the bandana order. So it's very messy. You used to be able to see like each fabric, it was like lined up so they were overlapping, but now it's just got a bit out of hand really. So as you can see, there's so many gorgeous designs and all sorts of things. I've got this really cute Paddington thing. I'm going to be making like baskets for children's nurseries and stuff like that. So many ideas. And then like these are linings, the plain ones. This was the fabric I was going to make out of the dungarees, this coloured avocado one. There's dinosaur as well that I was going to use. If you can see, there's just so many. You can't even see them all. But yeah, I've got kind of a fabric addiction. And then in the last drawer is more fabrics. These are all the minkies I've got to make children's blankets. And then these are like kind of the more see-through fabrics for like adult skirts and shirts. There's just so much in there. I made it as my dress out of this one. It was very nice. And then these are like pattern like plain jerseys for linings and dress linings. Just so many things. I honestly don't know what's even in there because there's that much. I tend to use the drawer with like all the pattern paper in there, like all the fabrics. And then this chest of drawers is kind of like nothing to do with my crafty business. Like these two drawers are Esme's clothes in bigger sizes, and the bottom drawer is kind of just things that I've accumulated, like paper and all sorts of random stuff. So over here, this is actually just some things for the bin, so that's where some of the threads go. and yeah, that's just stuff I've been collecting for the bin. This is actually just a bag. The bag was my great grandma's actually, with the zips in. This is just all scrap fabric, so these are all just tiny bits that I'm probably going to use for stuffing for things, like if I need to stuff like a little felt, you know, just I don't know, but it's just going to be used for stuffing or for the bin. And then over here is a bigger bag of my macrame stuff, and it's got my glue gun in there. At the minute I'm making like a macrame dinosaur, and it just takes ages, so I do a bit every so often, and it's just living there at the minute. Over here, this is the wardrobe that we've got. As you can see, the doors aren't on. This was also from the same lady as the chest of drawers. They're not matching, but they're very like solid vintage furniture. So we just thought it'd be perfect in here for now, because it's just a white wardrobe once the doors are on, and it was free. So it just means that we've got some wardrobe and, you know, drawers in this room. And I think the plan will be to get rid of these drawers because they're a bit unsturdy now. And as you can see, like the bits on the bottom have gone, like the wood is peeling off, and like it's just not very nice. So I think we're going to paint these, keep these, get rid of this, and put the doors on here, and maybe give this a paint or a sand if it needs it. So anyway, in the bottom of this is some of the things that I've been making. So these are the doggy bandanas. This was the first ever one that I made. This one is actually going to be posted out today as a trial to make sure it fits the dog. So this is not for the big Irish setter dog. This is for like a, I don't know what type of dog, it's like a spaniel type dog. But this is the one. So I've made them so they tie up around the neck, just because the dog has got quite long like hair and ears. So I don't want it to tangle, but that's the back. So this is going to be posted today. I need to go post that, and then if she likes that and it fits, I'm going to be making her, I think 3 more maybe. And then I've made this is all hand painted. It needs probably like another coat on the back, but that is going to be listed on my Etsy very shortly. These are some of the letters that I've got. This one needs another coat, this one's needing another coat too, and the one at the back is not the best. I was kind of testing out whether I could draw stars or not, but the paintbrushes are too fat to do it, so it doesn't look the greatest. But that is something that I'm considering adding to my Etsy shop if people are interested. Okay, so over to this pile. This is a very long tour actually. So this is a pair of dungarees that I started making for Esme as a trial. So as you can see, I've started to sew the cuffs on. I've sewed one on, but I'm still sewing the other one. I kind of gave up with these in the end because the cuffs were taking a long time, and it's not really the right fabric really. It's very thin, it's not stretchy or anything like that, so which is why I stopped and decided I was going to do it with the avocado fabric, because that is stretchy jersey. But I probably will finish them at some point and use them for Esme, because it doesn't matter if it's for us. Next up, I made this little taggy blanket. So I'm in the process of looking how to get this CE certified. I did read online you can do it yourself, so I'm going to be looking into that, and hopefully if it can get certified I can put it on my Etsy shop, because like I said, I've got so much minky fabric to use. So on the back is this really soft minky fabric, and then it's got these little bows on, well, ribbon I should say, and they're all just different patterned ribbon. I've got loads of ribbon. I've got like Gruffalo and Beauty and the Beast and all sorts, and this is just one of the designs. You can have any fabric on the front of this, so yeah, I loved making that. And next up are these blankets that I made. Again, these are fine to sell, but these are the first ones I ever sold. This is a very hard fabric to sew to. It's not too bad in this smaller thing, but when you're making a big blanket, it was very hard. So again, these have got really soft minky backs, and then it's just patterned. So this one is like this gorgeous woodland one, and this is a dinosaur one, so they are going to be for sale. And then next up, I'm going to be making like beeswax wraps, if you've heard of them. It's kind of like a good way to save on like cling film wastage. So I'm going to give these an iron and make them into beeswax wraps. I've just cut them with my pinking shears so they don't fray, but I absolutely love this fabric. This was actually from Aldi fabric, and it was in like a pack of fat quarters, so I've just cut like a quarter or half the fabric off, and then this one's just a smaller size, so I can sell them in like a pack of 2, so you can get like 2 contrasting colours or something like that, and maybe I'll do like random colours. And then over in the corner of the shelf, these are just 2 bits for face masks that I've already cut. My mum wants these 2 fabrics, so this is a one-off fabric. I think actually I might have enough to make 1 more maybe. And then this is my bee fabric, which is quite popular. So I need to cut out the other 2 layers, because all of my face masks are actually 3 layers, so they're like, you know, thicker to protect more. So these are them, and then this is just one bit of elastic that I had cut and then I ran out, but I have actually got more elastics now. And I didn't actually show you my elastics, but all in the drawer with all the sewn bits where there's the zips and stuff, the elastic is all in there. So that is just, they just live there because that is projects that I'm working on. And then over here I've just got these 2 boxes at the minute. This, I've actually been using this to paint on, so it's just got all my paints in there. These are just like little tester pots that I've been using because they're just, it means I can buy more colours. And then I'm just using this Christmas glass as a water thing, because we don't really drink out of them, they're too small. This is a cloud that's going to be painted and added to my Etsy shop. And then I've got something in there as well, it's like a personalised gift that I'm going to be painting for a birthday. And then in the bottom, that is actually empty now, that's where the wooden things came in, but I've just got them up here for the minute. Actually this has got some bits in because I'm going to be making someone a nappy cake, so that's got like the cellophane and some of the gifts to go in the nappy cake. So next up, this wardrobe has just like a shelf at the top. So at the minute, just while we're sorting out the room, we've got like the screws for the doors. These are just some of my Disney snow globes. I've actually got some of them up for sale now because I had so many. Yeah, so I'm thinking of getting rid of them just because we haven't got the room. But yeah, over here, this is something else that I have made. So this is just a wall hanging that I've made. It's just a bear. I've hand painted it. So it's like a greeny blue and then a grey bear, and then it's like got like the beige outside, and then it's just got a little bead on the cord, and it's got these beige feathers as well. So that is going to be on my Etsy shop as well. I just need to get some nicer photos of that one. And then up here, I've literally just put these up here because these were down here. I'm making it messy. So this is again more minky fabric, different colours. This is just some fabric someone gifted me, but I think I'm just going to gift that on because I don't need that. And then in here is like a vintage trunk, and this has got all of my threads in for my sewing machine, just different colour threads. Yeah, and then down here, this is a box of stuff. I don't know if I spoke about this already, but this is all my stuff from when I used to do, well, when I first started my little business, and these were kept downstairs. So I'm the type of person that keeps all of my Royal Mail packaging. I don't know why, but I do. So these are some of the key rings that I made, like so many different things. And then if you can see all my letters and earrings and stuff. And then got like my Scrabble tiles that I use for crafts. These are my little pliers. I used to make candles, so I've got loads of candle wicks. I don't think I'm going to continue with them, so I might sell them. These are all my gorgeous little gift bags. There's a dog. The stickers, all my resin thing. I'm going to be selling them because I don't want to do resin anymore. Some gloves, some dried rose petals, and then over here is just some things that I'm going to be getting rid of. So these are some craft things that I don't need anymore, so they are in the plan to be put as like a little bundle online to sell. And then we've got this chair. This was bought as a breastfeeding chair before we had Esme. But then it turns out because she's tube fed, I couldn't breastfeed her directly. So this chair is currently in here. It will probably stay in here, to be honest. I really like it and it matches the colour. And we've just got these blankets on here. We've got this one and then the grey geometric one. So the plan will be for them to be on the end of the bed probably. And then we've got this TV unit. We actually got this off Facebook a while ago. It was like £10, I think. And then this is my TV from when I was growing up. My brother bought it me, actually. So that is just going to stay in here. And it will probably have to go on the wall because we've got like the plugs up there for it, the aerial. And then we've got this big bookcase. But like I said, so that was not a quick tour at all. Like, there is so much to see in here, like I said. So yeah, unfortunately, it's quite a long video probably. And I've literally spoke probably the whole of Esme's nap time. So she'll probably be waking up soon. But yeah, that's a little tour of my crafty business. So I'll put a name of my Facebook shop below, and I'll also link my Etsy shop if anyone's interested. There's also loads of things downstairs that I've made that I haven't included, and a lot of things that I've already made and sold out of. So they will be on my Etsy shop anyway, because I do make more if people are interested. But even if you just give my Facebook page a follow or anything like that, or if you've got any questions about how I'm making stuff or anything, then just ask below. I'm more than happy to help. My hair is awful. But yeah, that's everything for today's video. I really hope that you like it. Like I said, there will be a room tour coming for the spare room when it is done. So look out for that. It's going to be like the painting process, the carpet process and everything like that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.